So imagine creating a dashboard like this one in seconds. So let me show you. Just do login, any credentials, just anything you just like password, anything, and then do the login. And now you see a beautiful dashboard over here where you can just navigate through pages, and this is also fully responsive. As you can see, this is fully responsive. You can just see the pages in the mobile looks really perfect. And one more thing is this table also holds a search functionality. We can just search a, a variable data from your table. For example, I can search like John, like this. I mean John. Okay, just mess things up. John. I can see the result with John. I can just see the edit and the delete options available. I think there's even a way to just make them work. Okay, let me just spread through how everything starts with this library. First of all, you need to just open your terminal right here and choose the your best terminal. For Windows, command prompt is the base, and here you need to do npm install. You do the React. It's not React, so just do at Nkiko dot slash at Nkiko slash the library name, which is called Birds, like this, and then press enter. Because I just have it already installed, so I don't need to just install it twice. You can see it is already installed in here, but if you don't have it, so make sure you just install it correctly. First thing, I need to go here in my app.tsx. I just define the layout as we always do, but just take care of this layout. So inside the layout, I should import birds from at Nkiko slash birds, and in here I should do the birds.provider, and this provider needs the URLs, and this is what I was defining right here. The URL can just have a label, path, and then icon, which is optional, and the icon is the one you're just seeing over here. And the next thing is that we just have a title, so which is the title you see here, and with that we're done with the layout. I can see we can just see this beautiful layout over here. So the first thing we did is creating the table, which is located in the home directory. So let's go there and see how we just create that table. After defining the layout, I just included some pages inside my layout layout, and then the first page was the dashboard, which is the one displaying the table over here. But the curious part is there you can see that a single line is just displaying this whole table, which looks beautiful. And all it's doing is just defining the data. Just consider this as the data you just fetch from your API, and then I just pass the data into a blob called data, and I define the laws. As you know, when you just get the data from the DB, so there are a lot of data and some we don't want to display in the table, like the passwords, and that's why you just need to define which attributes you need to just display in your table. For my case, it's email on and the name. I can see the email name. If I just want to just add the password, I can just simply add like password like this, and now here we go, it's ready. Okay, so the next thing I just want to show you in here so is this on delete. So here we can just set, if we just define on delete, you can just see this delete button, and if we define on edit, you can just see this edit button. Just consider this item as a single item. We can just get its ID or any property that you like in here. Another thing, another key concept is the index, and the index is defines whether we need this indexes right here or if you don't need them. So if you just don't need them, so just make sure you just make it as false, and there will be no displayed. And if you just need them, so make sure you just are like true, and I will just see we'll just see them right here. Okay, now we're done with the tables. Let's go to the forms, how forms are made using. Okay, one thing I forgot to show you is this one. There's a search right here. You can just search in the names from our table, and another coolest part is that we can just even sort right here. You can just sort the email and sort the names as well. Okay, next we're going to go here on the add page, which has a form that for adding the user. So this is also pretty simple. I can see that my battery is running out, so I should do first. And this is here in the art, and all we need to do here is that we just do the birds.form, which is a container or a provider. So if you've been a developer in these things, you already know what I mean by a provider. So if you don't know what this means, it's a provider is like a company that we just create that has to hold inputs inside it. Okay, inside this birds form, we need to define like an action where it will be submitted, and then it needs to define the birds or define the input. So first of all, just defining an input, it should have a label. This is a low, this is required. It should have a name, and you know the name for the input, just the normal name like name you use for the input. And then it should have also a placeholder, but this placeholder is optional. You can just add it if you want, or just don't add it if you don't like. Next, we can do create even a select options. The select options looks cool, and all we need to do is here we need to do the label, which is the one you're seeing here, and we need to also add the name, which is the invisible name for the input, and there is a placeholder. And one more thing, make sure that the name is the same name as the attribute in your DB. Oh no, my battery is really running out. So first, and right here we also have another one called the options. And options are these ones that you're seeing over here, and as you can see right here, we just have the ID, name, and email. So these are the data. Maybe the data we just collected from the DB, where we can just fetch the data from the DB. And if the data comes out like this one, so we need to say which one will be the value of the option and which one will be the name, I mean the label of the option. So if you don't really know what I mean, so let me show you an example right down here. So let's say like this, let's open up like this, and then we just create a select. Okay, I'll select like this, and then the select can just have different options. So the one I was saying is this one. So there is the first one is the value, which is the thing that goes right in here, and the second one is the label, which is the thing that goes in here, and this is the same thing they can just see out here, and the value is the invisible data that should be submitted on into the database. So guys, let me say thanks for watching this video and wish you all the best.